Welcome back to Mish Mash, where we don't know what we're doing, ever. I'm Joshua Hamilton.
And I'm Mikey Martin. The way this works is we have here a little bit of a bag of tricks, as we like to call it, with a bunch of segments typed up and printed out and put inside. And then what we do is we pull one out and we cover it for a little while. So let's get right on into it. Josh, why don't you pull one out now that I've got it's just Jimmy's all rustled.
All right, so we have here Animal Algorithm, where we talk about an animal and we make up some facts about it.
All right. Josh, your animal is the noble ostrich.
The noble ostrich.
Not specifically the noble one, but I just...
No, it's the noble ostrich.
I like to think that he's noble.
No, it's going to be specifically the noble ostrich.
Oh, is it like
It's him.
Oh, this one ostrich?
Correct. All right, and your animal is the cuttlefish.
The cuttlefish.
Yes.
I don't even know what a cuttlefish looks like.
It's kind of like a squid.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can make up facts about that.
Okay, cool.
So the cuttlefish, this one in particular that I've got here in front of me, his name is Gary. And the reason they call them cuttlefish is because they have nature's only naturally occurring scissors. They grow scissors on all of their tentacles, and it doesn't help them move around very much, but he will cut you. He will certainly cut you. Also, his feces is pure gold, but we can't harvest it because it all sinks to the bottom of the ocean. And that is the reason why we want to get to the bottom of the ocean so we can get all the cuttlefish gold.
Yep, that's where all the gold currency came from. Anywhere.
Yeah, literally anywhere on the bottom of the ocean you can find cuttlefish gold. But it's also worth less than 24 karat gold because it's a worse cut.
Wow.
It's a funny jewelry joke.
Yep. It's funny.
Tell me a thing or two about this noble ostrich.
All right, so the noble ostrich lives on the mountain. And
The mountain?
The mountain.
Which one?
The one that overlooks the ostrich kingdom.
Right. Oh, yes.
So
This
the-
noble ostrich.
So the noble ostrich doesn't live in a castle. It just lives on top of this mountain. It just kind of sits there. And it watches as pretty much all the other ostriches in its area just kind of do whatever they're doing. But the thing about the noble ostrich is that whenever it exists in an area, it will make everything react as feudal society. So essentially, other ostriches will like start wearing
Peasant
page
clothes?
peasant clothes, yeah.
They'll start doing
Knight
agriculture,
armor.
apparently. From taking a peek over at your research, apparently the ostriches have learned how to do agriculture because of feudalism.
Yes, that is correct. They also have had several bouts with other neighboring noble ostriches, but this one has been relatively successful as far as recently.
Do the noble ostrich kingdoms count as civilizations? I have to ask. Like, would you put them on par with like humans? Would you put them on par with ancient Mesopotamia?
No, I'd more put it on par with a small-scale diagram of a feudal society,
Ah, I see.
except with ostriches.
Is it just as corrupt?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, love me some corruption. Speaking of corruption, the cuttlefish are also corrupt as well, as they helped Richard Nixon in the Watergate scandal. They cut up all of the evidence except for the phone call recording, which is the reason why he was caught. But any physical evidence, he cast it into the sea, and the cuttlefish proceeded to cut it with their scissor tentacles because they really liked Tricky Dick. And the reason it's called Watergate is because
He threw it in the water.
Yeah, he threw it in the water
That's pretty good.
as a gateway to escape being caught with his evidence.
Wow, that's pretty good. All right, should we do our next segment?
Great, let's do another segment. Good segment. All right. Yoink one out for me, Joshy. Find
All right.
one. Find
Wait,
the...
you should do this one.
Oh, I'll do this one. Okay. I'm going to try and find a pretty good one for us. This one. This one in particular. What's this one called? This one is called Instruction Obstruction.
Oh,
One word at a time will tell you how to do something. We don't get to decide what it is before starting, though. So we're going to alternate back and forth word by word. So, for example, if we're saying once upon a time, I would say once
upon
a.
time.
So it'll be like that, but we don't get to decide what we're going to tell you how to do first. And our first sentence, in my opinion, should not be how to do X, because that would be no fun.
All right.
Would you like to get started?
Sure.
All right. Do you want me to go first or you?
You go first.
All right. Step.
17.
Proceed.
To
Feed.
the
Cuttlefish.
eggs.
They
Love
scrambled.
space.
They
Dislike
not
eating
eggs.
dinosaurs.
Also
Love
eggs.
this.
Is
Of
fact.
yeah, sorry. Beans
Are
also
a
substitute
for
eggs.
cuttlefish.
Love
Beans.
beans.
Step.
95.
The
First
thing
to
do
in
the
Outback
is
eat
a
steak.
house.
Machines
Are
taking
over
the
government
via
internet.
Nixon.
This doesn't make any sense.
This doesn't make any sense.
I love it. All right. Oh, we should probably tell them step 1. We've kind of skipped around.
Oh, okay.
Step.
95 again.
The
First
thing
to
do
when
you
breed
cuttlefish
is
to
eat
eggs.
and
Make
ham.
it's
Easy
to
screw
up
the
ham.
but
The
eggs
are
always.
simple. Wow. Great job. So, what we were just trying to tell you how to do was, Josh, what were we telling our listeners how to do?
Make a pancake.
Oh, right. Yes. It's important. So it was a little bit cloudy in there, but turns out you actually have to breed cuttlefish if you want to make pancakes, because the secret ingredient to any good pancake, as you'll know if you've ever been in a Denny's, is cuttlefish, because it gives it that wonderful diner at 3 a.m. flavor.
Yep. They are pretty much chock full of it.
I also think I heard about Nixon in there somewhere.
Yeah, Nixon was definitely in there. Let's just kind of brush over that.
Oh, wait, no, he invented the pancake. Because he invented both pans and cake, and thus by consequence, right, by consequence, he has invented the pancake.
Ah, yes.
Good job. Great. Let's do another bit.
Yes.
All right, rustle it up. Rustle it up and pull one out, Joshi.
All right.
Ooh,
Wow,
it's
this
a big one.
This is a big boy.
It's a big one. What is it?
Wacky Wiki. We go to wikipedia.net and click the random button. Congrats, you are now an expert on this. Please deliver a speech to inform the press about a wonderful breakthrough in your field.
I love this. Let's do it. All right, so Josh, what did you get?
All right, so I got Live from Mars. And
Okay.
yeah, so Live from Mars is a radio drama that is actually, instead of being about being on Mars, it's about being on Earth, but like they're filming in Mars.
Weird, but okay. I
Yeah.
like it.
It's kind of like the Truman Show, so it'd be like, oh yeah, you know, you live a normal life, and it's supposed to be a really cool thing as far as production, but it's not actually that fun to watch or view. It's just kind of, oh hey, you know, this is on. Cool. Didn't they make that on Mars? Yeah.
Whack.
Whack.
My field of professionality I made up that word just now, but I've decided that I like it. I am an expert on everything about William Murray, the Ontario politician, who was alive from 1839 to 1898. William Murray is famous for making Canada really big, because his motto was "Go big or go home." Also, he was really a fan of reliving every day, or reliving the same day over and over again. And,
a la Groundhog Day.
And he also liked catching ghosts. Because his name is William Murray.
Hey guys, it's Bill Murray too, Electric Boogaloo.
Most people don't know that Bill Murray was alive in the 1800s and is also an Ontario politician. So can you tell me about obviously you're here because there's some great new breakthrough about Live from Mars. What's going on?
So yeah, it's pretty much this radio drama, and we've been working on it for kind of quite a while, and we're really excited to kind of announce this whole idea, which is going to be, we're going to send a man to space, and what he's going to do in space, we don't know. We gave him a script. We said, hey, just make this kind of whatever you want. We were thinking you could make it something about average day life, but we don't know. We literally gave a mic to a hobo and shot him into space and onto Mars. I'm pretty sure he has crash landed there by now. He might be dead. It's kind of like Schrodinger's box up there.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah.
Did you give him food or anything?
Nope.
Oh, he's totally dead.
Oh yeah, he's probably just eating either Mars dust or he's dead.
I don't think he's eating much of anything.
I don't think there's Mars dust that is edible.
Did you give him a spacesuit at least?
You know what? That probably would have been a better idea.
Yeah, I think he might be inside out floating around Earth now.
He is now a constellation. Sorry, breaking news. Yeah, the Martian's definitely dead.
What a shame.
Wow.
And
this has been the Live from Mars audio trauma.
Wow. That's some heavy stuff right there.
Yeah.
Wow. Really makes you think.
It really does.
It really makes you think, what if Canada got even bigger? Because that's what William Murray is doing. William Murray has come back in time via Ghostbusters 3, which was never released. Not the 2016 Ghostbusters, not the remake that's coming out in 2020, not Ghostbusters 1 or 2, but the unreleased Ghostbusters 3. Bill Murray has come back. He's come back to the future from 1839 to 1898, and he's come to 2019, and he's saying, I want to make Canada bigger. And you know how he's going to do it? He's releasing Ghostbusters 4 onto the world. So Ghostbusters 4, the premise is none of the ghosts get busted. All the ghosts are just going to take over the rest of the world, and by consequence, all of the world becomes Canada. It doesn't exactly work because nobody can see the ghosts, and the ghosts can't do anything. Bill Murray, think through your actions before you try and take over the world in the name of Canada via ghosts.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe stick in the 1800s where they didn't have Ghostbusters yet, unless they had, secret Salem witch trial Ghostbuster. Salem witch trials were not in the 1800s. Well, great.
And they also sucked. Just saying.
Yeah, they did suck. Don't burn women, guys.
Just don't burn anyone.
Yeah.
Just stop it.
Don't burn people who read. More weight, more bits in this bag. That's right. I just made a reference to the death of Kyle's Corey. All right. Let's pull a bit out of the bag, shall we?
Wow, that was the worst.
All right, Josh, what do we got?
All right, so we have Artsplain.
All right.
Okay, so Artsplain is when you explain how art works to Mikey. Mikey nods and pretends to understand, and then afterwards, we're going to give him a little quiz.
I'm nodding my head. You just can't see it.
Yes. All right, so today I'm going to describe color theory.
Okay.
So
is this like E equals mc squared, but for colors?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so color theory is supposed to be the idea that certain colors, such as yellow, red, blue, the primaries, secondaries, and tertiaries, will correspond to different emotions. It'll invoke certain emotions. And using those colors in tandem, he's nodding his head a lot, using his colors in tandem will
Nod.
create like
Nod.
it,
Uh-huh. Continue.
it can add to certain moods. So
Okay.
say you use the colors blue, purple, and maybe like a lime green. That might invoke like phantasmal sort of ideas,
Kind of
or
like
I guess
out there fantastical stuff, right?
more like ghosts.
Yeah,
so
like ghosty goose.
like when you think of ghosts, you might think of like an ectoplasm green, a kind of cold blue, and like a mystic purple.
all right.
And then there's also just the simpler ones. So like yellow will represent happiness or joy, red will represent anger,
Hunger.
etc.
Hunger.
And so yeah, these what?
Red represents hunger, right? Like I read like this is
It-
an
it-
actual thing. I read somewhere
Really?
that like the color red will like make people hungry.
Oh right, yeah. So yeah, like that.
I'm
And
looking
so-
at this red sticker and becoming ever more famished.
Wow, you're right.
Continue on.
Yep.
I'm intrigued.
So yeah, so like certain things will represent certain things, and that's pretty cool. And that's when we'll segue into shape theory because
Okay.
it's relatively similar. So shape theory,
Is the emotions that come out of shapes?
correct. So
Squares are nerds who don't party at all, because that's the funny joke. Triangles are for Egyptian pyramid, because that's the funny joke. And circles are for chumps.
wow, that was exactly correct. No.
The circle's my favorite shape, by the way. I'm sorry, circle. Love you, baby.
So yeah, so it's supposed to be based on the idea similar to that one, to color theory, in that certain shapes will invoke certain emotions as well, but it'll invoke certain emotions about the, say, character that you're making from them. So something that is triangular will be more rigid, or it'll be more calculated and like sometimes even devious, or yeah. And so Darth Vader, for
Devious.
example,
Devious little triangle.
Darth Vader, for example, is made out of several triangular shapes.
This is true. His nose is a triangle.
His face is a triangle.
Kind of his whole body is a triangle.
Yeah. Part of his body is more of a square. Squares are supposed to represent stability.
But Darth Vader as a character is not stable. But he pretends to be.
Correct.
Whoa!
Ooh.
Character analysis via shapes.
Yeah, I mean that's what it essentially is. And then circles are supposed to represent like more soft things, more like sometimes even like cheerful characters. And so I guess for example, a lot of people will use very simplistic shapes in cartooning and very simplistic colors to convey these things without you even noticing.
That's so cool.
It's really cool. Like I love it.
Like Kirby. Kirby's a little circle with a couple legs.
Right. And
But he's
pink
such a
is-
little joyous little puffball.
Yeah, and like the pink is supposed to represent like the love. It's supposed to represent the whole, you know, him
Consuming
just-
the entire universe and then defeating someone named Marx, but not Karl Marx because that would be dumb.
right.
Cool.
Yeah. So it's pretty neat. I love color theory.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's like actually really neat.
Yeah. And so like that's a lot of what I focus on in drawing is like the shapes and the fundamental shapes and how that portrays to personality. It's always fun.
That makes sense.
Yeah. All right.
It's
so
quiz
little
time?
quiz.
It's quiz time.
It's quiz time.
I'm gonna ace it.
Mikey's gonna ace the quiz. Okay, so what emotion would be invoked by the color purple?
Purple. Maybe like a nice solid mystery, or depending on the purple, could be like royalty, because like royal purple is
Wow.
like that nice rich mixture of red and blue.
Wow, that the student is becoming the master.
I'm so good at this.
Okay, so something that I didn't really touch on, but I feel like you might be able to, I guess, deduce.
Okay.
So, say you have a character who has both triangular and circular parts to them.
Okay.
What kind of vibe would you think the character would give off?
Maybe like the stereotypical smarty pants nerd, where they're like not like they're like they're calculated, and they're very they're not wise, but they're intelligent, and like the circle is to show like they're simplistic and one dimensional as a character, but maybe they can change over time because circles are funky and round.
I mean, that's pretty good. What kind of characteristic would they maybe not have?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe like being a loser. They'd be a loser.
They would be a loser.
I'm
So-
triangle circle. If you don't like someone, just call them a triangle circle because that's the ultimate loser right there. If they wouldn't be square, so they wouldn't be like super stable. Maybe they're a nerd, but they can change over time. They're maybe they're a little bit of a mess, but like that's okay because they're not a square. Well, they are a square as a character, but they are not a square.
That's
Final
pretty
answer.
good.
They are not a square, but they are a square.
That is, I'd say that's pretty good. I'm glad that you utilized some of this knowledge. That's really neat.
Yay.
And I want to talk about art a lot, but like all right, next segment.
Great. All right, good segment. Who pulled out the last one? You or me?
I think you did.
All right. Yoink it.
All right, another art-related thing.
Okay, what is it?
Artist ambiguity. We talk about an artist, on campus or not, mostly when we are interested in or think should get more of a following.
All right, great. So you want to go first?
Yeah, sure.
All
All
right.
right. So I have this artist, Najsikt.
How's that spelled?
Yeah. Najsigt. I don't really know how to pronounce it. I just kind of acted like I did. So yeah, I originally got into their art because I liked the Adventure Zone, which is a really good podcast for people who like D&D and
Or for people
story-based.
who like the McElroy brothers.
Yeah, and I got into them because of that, and they made like quite a few animations for it, and I was like, oh wow, this is pretty neat, and I liked their style. And then I started actually seeing them on other social media, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. And it uses quite a few things from shape theory, which I really enjoy, and it uses color theory, at least as far as I noticed. And I like it quite a bit. I think it's really nice, and they've made a webcomic called Going Home, which I started reading, and I think it's really cool. It's about, I guess, some space aliens. They crash land on Earth. They meet this one girl, and she kind of lets them into her home, and the aliens are like, wow, thanks, except for one who's kind of a jerk, and then there's another one who's kind of just like, hey, I'm sassy, and I have a little bit of mystery about myself.
My character trait is sassy.
I love Andy. They're great. Sorry. And yeah, and there's also a little baby named Weck. They're adorable.
Weck?
Weck, yeah.
Whack or weck?
Weck. Like
Weck.
beef on Weck.
Beef on weck.
I think. I don't know if it's pronounced like that, but that's how it's spelled.
Has Weck got beef?
Weck does not have beef. Weck
Weck is a baby. I forgot, yeah.
Weck is a baby, and it's just, I've really enjoyed a lot of their art. A lot of their storytelling has been pretty good. Like, I've liked it, and their animations are pretty nice as well.
Good job, Nazig.
Yep.
Najsikt. N-A-G... N-A-J... Nazjigd. N-A-J-S-I-G-N-T. Nazjigd.
There is no N on the last part.
And that is how you lose a spelling bee. Speaking of a spelling bee, which is a musical, I'm going to talk about Fortress of Solitude, the musical.
Oh, neato.
It is not an artist, but it is a musical that never transferred from off-Broadway to Broadway. And I think, in my opinion, it deserves quite a bit of recognition because the music is very much well done. So Fortress of Solitude, the music and lyrics are written by Michael Friedman, who wrote Bloody Bloody Andrew Jackson, which everybody knows, but nobody knows this one, which, in my opinion, Fortress of Solitude is better. But it is based off of a novel by the same title, and it is about this kid named Dylan who has kind of a hippie mom and a painter dad, and they move to New York because his mom wants him to grow up in a diverse environment, and then his mom leaves him, and he doesn't know where she went. So it's just him and his dad growing up in, I think it's the Bronx, Brooklyn. Let me see if I can find it. I can't find it, but it's it's basically the story of Dylan. Act 1 is about him becoming friends with a kid on his block named Mingus Rude. And Mingus Rude's dad was a funk musician. And so a lot of the music in the show takes so many elements from funk music of like the 60s, maybe early 70s. And it's really, really neat because sometimes there's just seamless transitions to play that funky music, white boy, in which there is one. It exists in the show. And some of the songs just get stuck in your head. So there's so many songs from the show that are so memorable. And it is good contemporary musical theater. It doesn't sound the same as everything else. It sounds like its own distinct identity, and I'm sad that it never transferred to Broadway. But go check it out. It's on Spotify. It's on YouTube. Santino Fontana was in it. If you know who that is, he was in Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. He played Greg in that. But it's really something. It's a great listen if you just want some listening music that's kind of theatrical. It's a great show. What can I say? But yeah, unfortunately, Michael Friedman is dead, so he's not around to release a score, which, as far as we know, is not publicly available and/or does not exist. So yeah, that's my talk about The Fortress of Solitude, the musical. Go take a listen.
Wow, that was pretty neat.
Good bit. All right.
Yeah,
Let's do another one, shall we?
sure.
All right. Let's rustle it up. Pick a good one for me. Yoink it. What do we got?
All right, so we have Message Menagerie.
Oh boy.
Say the most recent text you sent. The other person has to guess and elaborate on the context of it. So, wait, are you going to guess the person? So, like, should I not say the person?
If I know the person, then I won't guess it.
Okay. Wait, what do you mean?
Or no, if I know the person, say this is a person that you know, and then I'll try and guess who.
Oh, okay.
But if I don't know this person, then I don't.
Okay. Well, I got one.
Okay, what's yours?
All right, so this is from a person you know, and it's a thumbs up emoji.
That's it?
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
It does actually have context.
Okay, the context is you need something very sturdy to hold up your home or maybe a belonging of yours. And so you need a very sturdy finger such as a thumb to hold it up with. So that is why you sent the thumbs up to Brandon.
Oh, wait, I was supposed to send it?
Oh.
This is from somebody.
Oh, okay. That's also from Brandon.
No, it is not. Should I tell you?
Yeah.
It's from Tina.
What's the context?
Okay, so the context was we were literally standing in line for a solid minute at Blue Devil Grill, which is one of the, if you're not from campus, it's literally this one grill that's under Williams Center, which is just a building here. And yeah, we were just standing in line, and she was saying stuff, and I was just giving her thumbs up, and then I just kept giving her thumbs up, and then like I had to order, and so she sent me that.
Classic. All right, let me tell you mine. It's 5 texts, but it's that thing that I do where I send like fragments of sentences.
Oh yeah, I feel
because
that.
I do that because it makes it feel more natural. This is not a person that you know, but the texts read, "Yes, we should, but not yet. For I must complete this mission. We have to go to Walmart for paper."
Wow. So, I'm thinking that you accidentally stumbled upon a spy organization, and they had those things where like they were like, "Oh yeah, and this paper will self-destruct if in like 10 minutes unless you choose to accept this mission." But you were the guy, in some weird circumstance, for some reason, you became the guy that needed to get that exploding paper.
All right. Let me see if the text that was in response will help you out at all.
Okay.
It reads, I just popped in a sleeping pill, so let's do this tomorrow.
Wow. Yeah, no, you were just going to Walmart for paper.
Yeah, that's it. I had a friend who said we should call again soon, and I said, yes, we should, but not yet, for I must complete this mission. We have to go to Walmart for paper, and he said, yeah, I popped in a sleeping pill. It's very uneventful, but I do like the idea of being a part of a spy organization much more than having to go to Walmart to refill the printer with paper.
Yeah.
Great. Good bit. All right.
Nice.
Let's get another one going.
Woo!
Rustle, rustle, rustle.
Yeah, you draw this one.
All right, I'll take it. I'll do it. I want this one. This one in particular.
Okay.
I want... Wait, give it to me. Okay. This one is called Acapella Acapella.
Ooh.
We cover a song a cappella. Here's the kicker. We don't get to say what song it is before we start.
Ah.
All right. Let's go. Let's do it real quick. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bow do 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 bow da da do da do dum ba do da 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 do do da dum boom dun 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 echoing tonight. Is she here?
Okay, yeah, no, I was on a completely different thing.
Great bit. All right, yeah, super. So that was Africa by Toto.
Yeah, if you could call it that.
All right, next bit. What do we got?
All right, we have surreal cereal. Each person names a favorite cereal, and the other tries to improve it.
Okay. I'm just gonna let you know that one of my favorite cereals is Count Chocula.
Ooh.
Halloween flavor.
What exactly is Halloween
No,
flavor?
Count Chocula is a Halloween flavor of cereal. It comes around every Halloween.
Oh, okay.
So
cool.
it's in season right now, and I'm very happy.
It's in season.
The Count Chocula is ripe for the picking right now.
Okay, so Count Chocula primarily has what?
Chocolate
Sorry,
cereal.
I've never actually had it. I don't think.
It's chocolate cereal and chocolate marshmallows. That's it.
Oh, darn it! I was gonna say add marshmallows to it. Is it like Rice Krispies type, or is it like?
It's like it's very distinct. It's ghost shaped, and I can't exactly compare the cereal. It's like kind of like Captain Crunch, but not like Captain Crunch.
In the kind of
In the kind of-
shrapnel fiberglass.
No, it doesn't.
Vibe.
It doesn't tear up the roof of your mouth unless you go through 4 bowls. I know because 4 is my limit. But yeah, I can eat a lot of this stuff.
Okay.
And it's one of the only very sugary cereals that I'm like, yeah, I want this.
All right. So, I'm gonna say, in order to make it, I guess, better, is do that one thing that some companies do, where you make it so when it gets revamped,
Ah,
That's
because
actually
he's
a
a
joke in this one.
vampire.
it was originally unintentional. But whenever they revamp some of them, they'll make it so that the milk turns like chocolatey or something like that. So this one could be it turns glow in the dark.
Glow in the dark. Am I going to die if I drink the milk?
Oh yeah, definitely, 100%.
Okay, so I don't think they can put that in a food product, but I do think it'll add to the real wow factor of Count Chocula if we
It
get to
really
see his
will.
glow-in-the-dark bodily fluids.
Oh,
You ever think about how, like, if a cereal is named after a mascot and, like, that is the name of the cereal, then you're just eating the mascot? Like, Frankenberry is the name of... Frankenstein is the name of that mascot, but Frankenberry is the name of the cereal. Count Chocula is literally the name of the mascot. You are just eating Count Chocula, the human, or the vampire being.
yeah.
Like, you're just eating Count Chocula.
I
Like
mean,
Frosted
pretty
Flakes,
much.
you're not eating Tony the Tiger. Frosted Flakes, you're eating... Oh, he just pulled up a picture of Captain Crunch's Halloween Crunch, in which the ghosts turn the milk green.
Ooh,
I think I had that as a kid. These are very appealing to children.
it's limited edition.
Limit- Limited edition
Now-
cereal.
I now feel like eating quite a bit of cereal.
Yeah. Do I need cereal after this?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Okay, I got milk.
Neato.
2% though.
Because I don't.
I know you don't like 2%, and I don't like 2% either. It's too good. I know that you like whole percent, and I know that I like 1%, but like 2%'s all we got here. All right. Well, we do have whole milk, but I'm not buying whole milk. Whole milk is like milk flavored milk. Anyways, now that I've done my milk spiel, what's your favorite cereal, Josh? So
All
I
right.
can either ruin it or make it better, or do
Huh.
both at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I did. So, I'd probably say that my favorite cereal is actually Rice Krispies.
Rice Krispies.
I could just eat like an entire 4 bowls of that.
See, I understand that because I do that a lot.
Yeah.
And Rice Krispies, here's the thing. If you've ever wanted to ruin Rice Krispies, because I have had ruined Rice Krispies that were straight out the box, it was these 4th of July Rice Krispies. And they had like red, white, and blue Rice Krispies in there. And the
Right.
and like the red and blue ones, where they were like, it was Rice Krispies, just they were red and blue and white.
Mm-hmm.
But they put just a little bit of like, you know, the sugar that's like
Bad.
white chocolate sugar,
Oh.
where it's like, I can't remember the name of it right now, but like you melt it down and make it into like a fondant. It's fondant. They took like the taste of fondant and put it into just the red and blue Rice Krispies,
Okay, so the
and
thing.
not the white ones.
Oh.
It was disgusting. Also, you could taste the red dye.
Oh my
It was the
gosh.
worst Rice Krispies I ever had, but they were cheap because they were on because it was like past 4th of July, so I bought a bunch of them and ate them, but they were terrible. They tasted like fondant,
So.
but not good fondant because it wasn't like sweet, it was just fondant flavor.
So, is that what you're going to do to my Rice Krispies?
They're going to actually have to change their name to Fondant Krispies.
Oh no, they're just going to be made completely out of fondant?
No, they're just going to taste like fondant without
Oh.
any sugar in it. It's going to taste like sugarless fondant.
Wow.
It's awful. Also, you can't drink the milk afterwards because it like is nasty. It's like liquid fondant.
Oh no.
Everything that this cereal touches becomes fondant. So by consequence, the bag that it's in is also fondant.
The bowl becomes fondant. You will no longer have a glass bowl.
You become fondant. If you go into a
If
room
you
that's hotter
ingest
than
this.
if you go into a room after eating this, it's hotter than 75 degrees, then you are going to start melting on the floor. You had best watch out if
Wow.
you eat these nasty Krispies. That's what I'm going to call them, nasty Krispies.
Nice. Well, that's a pretty good name.
And that was a pretty good bit.
Yeah.
All right, let's do another one. Reach into our little bag and see what we got.
Wow. All right.
What is it?
Okay. This is I don't want to do this.
What is it?
Okay, so this is hidden history. Tell us the most recent thing on your search history. If it's blank, we all know what you did.
Yikes.
And it's got a little greater than, colon, and end bracket, which is the
Angry smiley face.
Angry
like
smiley
the
face.
devious smile. Right. Okay. Here's mine.
Okay.
Sunday morning. 2 a.m. Dr. Eggman. Ash and dust. Slap my nuts. Google image search.
Wow. That's pretty good. As far as mine, I have several Google image searches for the dog with the human face from JoJo, because we mentioned that at Pictionary, and I just couldn't remember what its face looked like.
That's right.
But it came up with pictures of nearly all the dogs from JoJo.
Wait. No, you can't talk about anime here.
Oh, right. Okay.
Well, you can, but you have to do it quietly.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
We can't.
I'll just move on to the next
For
thing.
those who
So-
don't know, anime's outlawed here.
Yeah.
So if you are someone who watches anime or talks about anime on the show, oh my god, I'm so afraid they're gonna catch us right now. But we're gonna try and do an anime segment soon. But I'm worried that they're gonna catch us. So just keep us safe, please, guys. Don't tell them. Whale, great bit, guys.
Yeah, haha.
Dr.
All right.
Eggman slapped my nuts.
There's also Ronald McDonald. That was the original thing that we were talking about. Haha. Because we didn't mention the unfortunate thing, you know?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ah, good. So, yeah.
All right, that was incredibly vague. Fantastic.
Yeah, Ronald McDonald's pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. We also drew him in Pictionary, so that was cool.
Ah, yes.
It was absolutely horrible because none of us remembered what Ronald McDonald looked like.
That's fair. I could not tell you what the face makeup for Ronald McDonald looks like. Like, if you asked me right now, I would say, like, he looks like a clown, and then you'd be like, well, what does his face makeup look like? I'd be like, he has red, I think. Does he have red? Is it yellow?
He has red face, yellow jumpsuit.
Right.
Okay, another good one, actually, was Chunky Kong is dead.
Okay, he is, though. Chunky Kong is dead.
Man, just so good.
Here's a good series of them. Best Nerf gun. Nerf bullets bulk. Nerf bullets Amazon bulk. Best Nerf gun to attack roommate. 2:05 a.m. last week.
Wow.
Well,
that's pretty good.
Good bit. Good bit. Shall we move it right along?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Our bag is very, very barren right now.
Oh, okay.
All right. Let me pull something out here. Right. This is... Oh. Moral mischief. Give the other person a character / famous person to do a D&D alignment chart of. We could do a few of these.
Okay, yeah.
I would like you to tell me where Jimmy Fallon falls on the D&D alignment chart, which is, for those who don't know, good or evil, and then lawful or chaotic. Good or evil are self-explanatory. Lawful is you believe in a code, a set of rules, something, and chaotic is rules are okay to be bent, or rules should be bent if you're really chaotic. And then there's neutral. So there's true neutral. There's neutral good, lawful neutral.
All that jazz.
All them Jimmy Jams. I'm sure you've seen them as a meme format somewhere. So,
yeah.
Where do you think Jimmy Fallon falls on this?
All right, so I believe that Jimmy Fallon falls under the chaotic good section.
You would list Jimmy Fallon as good.
Well, okay, hang on. Yes. I mean, like, he's pretty pure, I'd say. Like, this man seems pretty nice. He laughs quite a bit at his guests, like, with his guests.
Is that
But,
where the
like,
chaos comes from? Because...
It's more the chaotic part is, like, just how he is in general. Like...
I mean, just look at him.
He acts very, like, giddy. And so, like...
Yeah, he's definitely chaotic. I can tell you that much.
It's definitely chaotic.
Like, just look at the guy. Like, he exudes chaos. I was going to say chaotic.
Jimmy Fallon exudes chaos. You heard it here first, folks.
Like, zooming in on a photo of him on this tablet, I'm going to go with chaotic neutral. Because, like...
Really?
He's got that... He
has that look in his eyes.
His eyes are hiding some kind of secret. We just don't know what it is yet. Jimmy Fallon has committed some kind of evil act, and we just don't know it yet. But like normally he's pretty good. We just don't know what that one evil act is. And his face is hiding something. That smile that looks unreal. He kind of looks like. Jimmy Fallon is one of those people who eternally looks like photoshopped in wherever they are. Like, he doesn't look like he's in the right place. Like, look at this photo of him looking to the right with a smile that is the only part of him that is smiling is his mouth, and the rest just looks entirely neutral. He looks like he's from a stock photo right here, and the surroundings just don't look like he belongs there.
Remember, Mikey, alignments can change.
The alignments can change over time. I think Jimmy Fallon, when he was on SNL, was chaotic neutral, but right now he might be chaotic good. He could have changed over time.
Yeah. All right.
Who do you want to give me?
All right. Oh yeah, because you gave me Jimmy Fallon. Okay, so I'm going to give you the one that I had in my head a minute ago. Michael Scott from The Office.
Michael Scott. Michael Scott is a very interesting character. Like, as a whole, I really think that like his development over the series is actually very interesting. But wow, I cannot pin him as good, honestly, because in my opinion, good or evil, like in modern day society, I can't pin like most people as mwahaha taking over the world evil. When I'm ranking people who actually exist, I rank good as puts others above themselves and evil as put themselves above others, because that's kind of the only thing you can really judge someone on right now. Michael Scott puts himself above a lot of other people. So I would put him evil, but I would put him as evil, but not in the wahaha, I'm going to take over the world and cause mass destruction way. I would put him evil as I care about myself more than I care about a lot of other people. That being said, he does believe in some kind of, like, moral standing because,
He cares about his employees.
he cares about his employees, but the list of rules that Michael Scott has broken over time is just insurmountable. There's every single episode of The Office has some kind of rule bending via Michael Scott, but he does believe in some kind of moral code because he listens to David Wallace, he listens to Jen when she's above him, or does she get fired? I can't remember. Whatever, but Michael Scott is a neutral evil character because his ambitions are driven by himself, but he can lean either way on the lawful to chaotic scale.
Huh. All right.
I would like to see where you think the Kool-Aid Man falls.
Oh, definitely chaotic evil.
Evil? Definitely chaotic because of all the wall breaking, but...
Okay, hang on.
Hold on.
You see this man approach you? He's just completely ajar.
Has the Kool-Aid Man ever broken the fourth wall?
Probably.
I'm gonna look that up.
I mean, you just did, kind of. Oh no, he has. There's just a stock image that says, "I'm actually filled with blood." So that just proves my point. Kool-Aid Man is definitely filled with blood, the blood of his enemies. And therefore he is chaotic evil. This man has no qualms against, any moral code. He just will do whatever he wants. He's a giant jar of Kool-Aid. He just busts through walls. That definitely gives him the chaotic part. The evil part is how he just continues giving kids this ichor from...
Ichor? The disgusting ichor of his inside fluids?
Yes. I mean, come on. This man comes in and he just gives, people this clearly sugary drink and then is like, yeah, don't worry, it's totally fine. And that's the ideals of a madman.
Wow. I mean, I can't argue with that. I was gonna put him as chaotic good because he likes to serve children a delicious, sweet drink on summer days, but
he has malintent.
Yeah, he has bad intent there. Wow, you got me. All right, hit me with another one.
All right. Well, I had one, but I'm kind of thinking against it now. I'm going to have you align the Dasani drinking water.
Okay. So if you're going to have me do the Dasani drinking water, I have to make a complete alignment chart of every water. So, as we all know, Nestle water is chaotic evil because it's Nestle has slaves, and also it tastes like they tried to give water a flavor. Nestle water sucks. Dasani water. I would
call it Dasani?
I call it Dasani. Or
okay.
What do you call it?
Dasani.
Dasani. Fine. Dasani water. I'll go with it.
Me with the harshest accent, I guess.
Dasani water. Apparently they put salt in their water.
Oh yeah.
Which is kind of weird, but I don't know. I wouldn't call it chaotic to put salt in water because a lot of the salts or a lot of the water on Earth is in the ocean, or which has salt in the water. A lot of water on Earth is salt water, so I wouldn't call it chaotic. I would probably, in fact, call it neutral evil, because it's a bad thing to do. I saw that you pulled up a water bottle alignment chart, and I'm going to disagree with it right now. So, Poland Springs.
I'm going to disagree with it right now. Yeah, because it puts Dasani on chaotic neutral, and that is not correct.
That is not true. So, Poland Springs, my favorite water, is lawful good. And let me tell you why. Lawful good because it comes from a natural reservoir, but it's also good because, Poland Springs is trying not to be the worst company in the entire world. They're trying to make thin bottles. They're trying to, not destroy reservoirs of water. On the other hand, Fiji water is lawful evil because they are destroying reservoirs and making thick water and selling so much plastic.
Thick water.
But they are taking it from reservoirs, which technically makes it lawful.
Huh.
We got your local, like whatever your local grocery store brand of water is. For us, it would be like Wegmans or Tops. Tops is the one that I'm going to go off of because I'm just the most familiar with Tops because I've had Tops water a lot. Tops water is the true neutral of water. There's no way to differentiate between it and like anything else because it's just water. Like I will buy Tops water. Tops water is perfectly okay. Like true neutral. It can lean any way. Smart water.
Oh.
Smart water is chaotic neutral. And let me tell you why. It's not evil, but it's just overpriced. Rich people are chaotic, and thus smart water is chaotic. Josh, what's another water brand?
Ice Mountain, Aquafina.
Oh, Aquafina. I gotta talk about Aquafina.
Oh, okay.
Aquafina is very similar to both Poland Springs and Fiji, but they're just kind of in the middle somewhere because Poland Springs is, outwardly like we're not trying to destroy the world, and whereas Fiji is outwardly we're trying to destroy the world. I would put them at lawful neutral because they're like mediocre. They're all right. They're like, not the worst ever. You feel free to tell me if you disagree with me on any of these, but like, I don't know.
I felt like that was pretty accurate.
But yeah, I mean, I don't, because it's not like Aquafina is the worst thing in the world. There's definitely more evil water out there.
Yeah.
Evian. I've never seen Evian water in a store before. So.
Oh yeah, that's always been in like gas stations.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So I'm gonna have to pin them as chaotic good because like. It's so chaotic to only exist in, like, these weird pockets of the world. But, like, they don't seem like terrible people. They have nice packaging. That's all I know about them. I've never actually bought their water. Those are all the big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the big ones.
That's pretty good.
That is my bottled water alignment chart.
Neato.
We've got a few more minutes left in our recording. I'm going to have you do your own alignment chart, so like the full thing or close to it, because I only did 8 out of 9.
Okay.
Except I am going to have you do yours based off of Cartoon Network shows. You have to point out where they'd be in the alignment chart for me.
Oh my
So that's stuff like Ben 10. We'll count all of the spin-offs as Ben 10 as one because we went over that in the last episode.
Yeah.
Steven Universe. Pretty much anything. There's more than 9 Cartoon Network shows out there. Like regular show.
More than 9.
Uncle, Grandpa. Total Drama Island. Chowder.
Scooby-Doo Mysteries Incorporated.
Billy and
Ooh,
Mandy.
that one's good.
Flapjack. Dexter's.
Johnny Bravo, Billy and Mandy, Samurai Jack.
Yeah,
the
feel
new
free to go
season.
back as far as you like. You can go back real far if you want.
Oh, okay. All right. So, I think I'm going to count from probably okay, out of this list, I guess. Which one would you want me to categorize first, or do you want me to just start?
Just start.
Okay. So, I'd say let's see. I'm just going to start with the first one. Just like whatever is probably the most chaotic. And I'm going to say okay, I'll just start. Flapjack, The Amazing Misadventures of Flapjack.
Which
or
is a great
Marvelous
show, by the way.
Misadventures of Flapjack. What?
Which is a great show, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to say that's like pretty much lawful evil. It does.
Lawful evil. Wow.
I don't know. Okay.
That's the exact opposite of where I'd place it. I want to hear your reasoning.
Okay, so I see it as still having a code of, hey, this is a pretty good show, but like, which gives it that more lawful idea where it's like the actual quality is still put in front, but then the actual content of it is like, oh my gosh, this is evil. This is like, it
is kind of dark.
It's really dark, and it's like really just messed up stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna say
I see it now.
Huh.
Where's Johnny Test? Where's Johnny Test at?
Oh my gosh. Johnny Test is like, oh my gosh. I don't even know where to put that.
It's a terrible cartoon.
I'd say it's neutral evil, actually.
Yeah, I see it.
Like, it's...
There's a character named Dookie, and it has to be evil.
Yeah, it has to be evil. But yeah, I'm gonna say it's neutral evil because it wasn't really focused on the quality, but like it's still not the worst thing that I've seen.
That's true. It's not the worst, although there was one show on there that I do think is the worst thing I've ever seen.
I know. Okay, I'm gonna go for, I guess, the lighter side of stuff.
All right.
I'm gonna say Foster's Home for the Imaginary Friends.
Yes.
I'm gonna say that's like lawful good.
Yes,
Like,
I see it.
It's so pure. It's really good. It's like just,
It's just a good show.
You know, it's funny. A lot of these I want to put into chaotic neutral or chaotic good.
Give me a couple examples, because there's more Cartoon Network shows than there are alignment spots.
Well, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna say that. Okay, Ben 10 just immediately goes into chaotic good. I like it.
Of course you do.
So a little bit of bias, but yeah. Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, I'm gonna say that's neutral good, just because like so, all of the stuff was there. I just feel like it wasn't particularly focused on like, hey, you know, we're like it wasn't super focused on source material. It was focused on like we're making a good story, which I feel is good, but I also feel like it like had its viewers in mind, and like it also just kind of like wasn't super with the executives or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
All
like
right.
it's a real good show.
Give me two more.
All
Two
right.
more alignments.
So I'm just gonna use this as an excuse to talk about some of my favorite shows.
That's fair.
All right. Oh, okay. Can I get 3?
Sure.
Can I get 4?
If you make it quick.
Can I get 27?
No.
Okay. So I'm gonna put Wee Bear. I'll just speed through some of these. I'm gonna put Wee Bear Bear in Lawful Good.
Yep. See that.
Adventure Time as also Lawful Good.
Okay. Could see neutral good, but
That's true. Gumball is Chaotic Good.
Yes. Most definitely.
Steven Universe I feel like is Chaotic Good as well.
Yup.
Clarence is like. It's close to Chaotic Evil.
Clarence is an oddball show, but I watched the entire first season.
It's energy. Okay, I'm gonna put it at chaotic neutral because it's not necessarily evil. It's just very chaotic.
I love
that's
that
its
show.
Main
Though.
focus.
It's a good show.
You like it?
I liked the first season.
Okay, I guess.
I've only seen the first season.
All right. There's also Over the Garden Wall. I'm gonna say that's neutral good, just because it's like it's like really good, and it's not focused on
If you could,
approval.
If there was an alignment that was good evil, I would rank Over the Garden Wall there.
Yeah.
Uncle Grandpa Chaotic Evil.
Okay. The Looney Tunes show. I feel like that's chaotic neutral. Like it was a good show. I felt like it was funny, and then like it's also just really focused on chaos. Just completely.
Regular show.
Oh, regular show.
I love regular show.
That one's chaotic good.
Chaotic good, most definitely. Regular show doesn't even feel like a kid's show.
No, it doesn't. Oh man.
I kind of want to go watch regular show.
Symbiotic Titan. That was a really old show that just kind of like bamfed out of existence.
Youch.
Yeah.
Speaking of bamfing out of existence,
that's what we're gonna do.
It's the bottom of the hour, so you know what time it is. It's time to wrap up the episode. So, thank you for listening to us talk about nothing you care about for about an hour, and if you want to support us, you should just throw your money on over to WDVL, and maybe, just maybe, if you wish hard enough, it'll find its way to us.
Or you can go to our YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's also called Mish Mash. If you want to find us, search up Pecans If You Suck, because that's the name of our first episode. If you're trying to find us, you'll see cute little drawings of us, and it'll also say Mish Mash, but the drawings of us are really cute, and they're good, and they're done by our very own Joshi. He did a good job.
Thanks.
And if you have any questions for us, send me an email at mishmashboys@gmail.com or leave it on the comments of the video, and we'll get to it in the next episode. So if you have any funny questions or quirky questions, or if you need any life advice, just send it to us, because we have our lives figured out.
That last one, don't do that.
Do it.
No.
I dare you. All right, catch you next week, chumps.